So like the clearance dedicated might be very person that like and it might have been aware of like the Royal Lines mission from way back once like the Royal Lines exam. Yes, that might have been like that which of the case that you know the most like the why the lack of Royal for like through branches like a person like it might have okay by now might have formulated like the plans to take advantage of like the conductions of like the Royal Army at like the war in terms of launch permission like targeting like to just place where like list might be hoping to be able to like these like the remaining milestones might be like the current plan of like the list and like the core team of like the organization might be like the team of the so like things like list has already battled against like Yami like it might be maybe according to like index of honor might be a strategy of that William Adams to that remove Yami from that the flag would be so that way one like lit and tape will be making it there and this move at that point so that like Yami can't see a lot of that way. And that's the one demand the person that was saying on to like the action for through strong members of like the type of financial including list and maybe even better as well by now might put their account so that the more like showing up and they make it done at this move like the strong and this that's without much great delays like the Vietnam that and those things. So it's again like Ryan might it might have been really to like Ryan like what might be Ryan like it's been late like that like Ryan might have felt sleepy at like the floating method and that might be the photo for like Ryan going to the person at like the floating dungeon might be like actually the case that might want the remaining life the national member at like the floating dungeon might be all like the combative we the member of like that type of nation who might be decoyed to for like the Royal Army might be like actually the case the believer the whatever. So like that according to my experience was like the ambush moves by the intimidation at that students what might be according to them to this just like in the beginning that point of the different for uh straight away that terms of different that according to the student was like the point of made that straight away heading off to that or like the man like what teams that have got on the mix of those things showing up to the Blackwood squad. That was not a competitive tournament. So Blackwood squad did like now that but like that my number different in speaking that made speaking the army and this movement were revealing about like the situation and like the and like the death was not a competitive. So at that point, I'm not bring for lad, got them of the great that basically Yami is that like, I like the golden downgrade model that is not extended by the but like at that point, I'm not bring in like the shop and that basically the main might have, before like showing up like the black saves might have, gone up to like the golden dawn, headquarters. And they are like, there might have been absolutely no kind of, Yami, uh, element, nor like any of that sort of there might have been exact interpretation is the cleaner the so like the level string and it might be also three level string that might be also selected and elements select might be well like I'm so different like element might have ensured to like remove all that all of that squad members that go like on days as well by not actually giving a holiday on that exact day. So that might have been one way to have to check him on the record. And in the case of Yami, like I'm referring that yeah, we might have had a black entrance where we were like one like Yami, so different Yami to like show up to like the golden stone place and at that point I'm referring for like advances to be waiting for like Yami and like there like I'm referring advances of like telling Yami that is the for them to like go to like somewhere opportunities and what and basically and for like random like from them for this like I mean to their organized and delivering like random like using a strategy to like get Yami away from like the order of this like not that so like I'm delivering at that point for like project or this strongly feeling that will would be a way of that project like trying to form like project to go certain form like the remaining language members as well as Yami while the like gone as well as like great in like already considered like the distribution of this to be allowed the right sample different voltage to be at that point really so like different voltage at that point and giving the assurance to that giving the assurance to like the main standing is like remaining two like to remember will definitely find Yami and like the remaining with luckily not necessarily at all be going up to like to the gather with like Yami as well as like the remaining black members. They don't realize go to give that assurance to like that mage and bring like so that mage maybe like what made the spatial match like and to bring Bertie as well straight away heading off to battle at like the and help out at like the I'd like to get a bit like scenario that like so like that way I'm bring at that point and a really tense and awkward situation arising for that for like today as well as like for under different for at that point was to be like the very first time that STEM role would be assigned with like such a serious level of like responsibility might be that like with the case like the scenario that in the so like the tension of that as well as like the opportunity were like at that point for like today as well as like Gordon to be forced to like interact with each other like the scenario that so like that way about the thing like them awkwardly interacting with each other and like soon again getting formed between them and like from them waiting the book like creating like the plan to like to work like go for like job as well as like as well as magma because like I'm talking that them both might be aware of like the usual place where like Shami would be usually heading off to get unknown as well as like the pressure where like magma usually goes on to like train might be like the game so like I'm talking like them both like finding Shami and then finding magma. And like at that point itself, I'm protecting for like magma straight away to be in a mindset where like protecting at that point magma protecting to be already pumped due to this like training as well as like magma protecting at that point to be afraid to like throw himself after not being able to like make it to like the royal family like it's not like I'm going to bring that like the moment they were revealing the situation and like you just get like and do the at that point itself like magma straight away leaving them and heading off to help out at like do this castle with an out of that amount. And then that's another of the things of like job, like they're telling them that basically they have to as soon as possible get Vanessa. And like the moment like they'll be making to like sit branch the current location and like fighting Vanessa and like telling Vanessa about get the situation at that point the terms of those from Vanessa as well. So only feeling that way it would be a base for her to like basically for something base for her power from for certain levels of power from her to like go certain form like Yami might usually contributing and helping out and like with like the band like to careful to the of the like of and like another thing feeling and that way but as well like honestly realize like situation happens as well very well even and while assigning the while telling them to like having the as soon as possible to like for them to like ensure to like find Yami like scenario that I'm going to bring. So like at that point, I'm going to be bringing more like Charming of friendly take that role and like Charming friendly telling Kiran as well as Gordon that like it's they need to like split up to have more of a chance that being able to be one of the being able to like find Yami. And this time I'm going to bring for like at like the location of like this cat like I'm going to even though like Julius is power like I'm going to bring Julius as well getting more well by that I'm going to bring a great number of that estimations around the that better as well as like mentioned on the to be potential minimum benefit. So that always even Julius and Lindsay again that for what might be in such a poor team of the guy of the minutes and I'm sort of saying that was seriously struggling while batting and that maybe it's not remain a short effort. This when I'm not going for like the entrance of black Leo port as well as black when it's as well as magma when it's happening it's like it's not a and at least magma as well as black Leo port that the back of like then not being able to actually make it to section oil line me like I'm going to bring them starting making an up for it. So that's that where like I'm going to bring like where like I'm going to bring magma as well as like Leo getting there at this moment to like shine and get even still I'm going to bring to believe them as well ending up wondering physically again like the fourth game of that similar things like the scenario that is looking and at that point when I'm going to bring up like more like the entrance of like Yami as well as like Yami along with like Xiaomi as well as like Gautam as well as great happening is like the scenario that I'm going to so that I'm going to bring from like Xiaomi while they to be splitting up and heading off in three different paths to like find Yami like a different starting off like using some sort of like magic item it might be something like extra like to like to each of them to basically signal remotely able to like signal to each of them if they if any one of them finds Yami like the scenario that I'm looking. So like that way I'm talking them all together like making that end up to that do this getting at that point of like the new scenario that I was and I'm the name of the possibility of like to be among the three of them like I'm the same most of the possibility from the team of like Gordon that I'm going to like ending up finding Yami. And at that point, I'm notifying it being an adverse product for laptop and PDF to like communicate to Laxiani and reveal to Laxian as for like the situation. Upon the method ambition. And at that point, I'm notifying for like that the well to like most likely still like yes, no other choice but to like go along with Laxiani to like the battle against like the middle. I'd like to this capitalist sector in the scenario that events that been showing up for the main context on an traffic and it's supporting the agenda through their information like one of the types of that was like I'm going to text them realizing a quantified parameter about like the floating content situation being a reverse situation, which might be the case with living parameter. In that way, lab at that point like the coordinates are basically you know to that units capitalist like the knowledge and number. So yeah, definitely I'm different like the getting past both um, both Latinized as well as like Maradona like knowledge that I'm doing. And definitely I'm setting the map parameter that for it to be Latin on team member and like the floating list to using that absolute betrayal. Who might be simply allied to like the experiment and then they keep that absolute betrayal and like ending up setting in like getting into that and back situation and being the situation and basically at that point was to be no one himself that I'm looking with your approach like showing up there and saving the solution like saving now that it was and that being created like not excited of the room. Right, then heading off to this chapter like not excited that we have to integrate them the one and only figuring out like the situation of like situation at like the just language. Yeah, that by the time that the one and army could be made to like to this just like I'm going to bring the form and supplementation team that to be orderly in and of getting off sort kind of like situation. So like just straight away making that absolutely free that when like is now that is working and while making the repeat that I'm going to bring them still manage like the one magic stone became Gordon and Graham from different lads. In that it is bad like them both lads and make that up with teamwork and like some of the Blackbird members that being absolutely no team that has to so in some type of like a team and like I'm looking by the time that match will be over like I'm looking like an absolute bond of friendship to have this form between Gordon and Gray and so that we don't have to define that only Blackbird group of that will be able to like understand Gordon and like understand great would be just the two of them themselves alone. It's not like that my particular impression right now is that this that person might be thinking maybe thinking alone the lines as a blind those exact black experiments that didn't join the online system or were not able to like make it to being part of that online might be like the region among like the black group might be along the lines of like the sunset that the thing that it might be most of the habit might be the case that we want to say but so like the task that it might also sign to like Sari and part of as well as like a rate might be to that to catch up at least one among that the Black Pro member. The same of that Black Pro capture Black Pro member for as well. So it might be around the lines of land and its plan might be to exactly execute what might be this exact such an exact plan of which that like William and might remove Yami from that the Black Book space exactly during this time might be like the case that we were today. So like but we must be very interested right now that like ancient and stuff little like human kind of looking like five as well might have had like the exact lot of style magical power that of like might have been attacked with the case but we must remember like for as well as Mary as well might be descendant of of them might be like that with the days that came under the remission. It might have been like the moment lacked like the past battle, the moment lacked the person there, what might have been like the person there lacked the moment in like the past battle like we might have seen lack God lack Marcel match from that. At that point might have been when like he might have realized that like project like share that might have been a tax certificate when we might have been and this like number of style magic of black project might be so extremely unique that basically at present it might be in like the animal flag law at present it might be got alone that might be having that exact specific style magic might be the tax certificates of human remission even in like the ancient past like uh, Jack the Fana, the like human wife of like the internet struggle as well. Even back then, she alone might have had that model style. magic, and nobody else might have been exactly to these mitochondria elements. So the being mitochondria elements right of that like there might be immense like potential of that magical powers present in that development like states within so that might be that to the case that these mitochondria elements. So little like what might be purchase like connection to like right might be exactly the case that these mitochondria elements. So uh, definitely that might be the side effect of all that magic within that protein that might be causing lack black holes to have it might be side effects of all that magic and it be causing like the black holes to lack rearrange itself might be like automatically rearrange itself. Definitely might be like that. If definitely might be able to go like it might be Yami might be doing the throat, then like Yami might have chose to like keep that was kind of because like that the deputies might have been the spans might have been only after like Roger had joined like the Blackwood space then like the Blackwood space that rearranging itself like that phenomenon might have started. Might be like that just case that need might be the and while for the remaining platforms to remember might be under like assumption that like it might be something like Yami himself might be doing for like entertainment like Yami alone might be aware of that like basically it's due to like some sort of like power hidden within like projects that happen might be like actually the video of that movement in the realm. So like that lead method during right now for like in like the current right now for preparing for like studying wild as well as by now might have and like care of like how great by now might see like that with the case supplement and so like if you enter that into the silver and so preparing for like them bring out their actual so and at that point even get them implement to talk that government as well as great not standing a chance at that point like is not that under and that them both getting defeated and at that point from what it brings for to be just project when you're remaining at that notice that it's not incredible. So like at that point, number within the precise situation of that already what let's say for example, I'm putting in that logic what might be that over about the money claim with the like immense black power it makes just putting that more being like around like state like and different to a certain slight extent that awakening. And even that alone itself that consulting in that getting a major power share and they believe that that major power share they can go by like for just single handedly bring down as a critic the three of that Sally as well as like Bartok as well as like Ran. But like definitely my looking very impressive right now is that like the previous individual might be like the very yummy like very some Blackwood squad and might have been attacked with the case definitely my looking very impressive. Like the Blackwood squad base like might actually belong to that material individual might feel exactly to the day definitely my looking very impressive. So that's after like Yami like the past like decided to start the zone Blackburn squad next. At that point, like Yanni might have been already protect for like a building to make the space. And at that point, if that was like Yanni might have found the like abandoned building. What might appear to Yanni as like abandoned building might have been like the case of Neiman Friendly. Like Yanni might have entered might have decided to like make the building the Blackburn space. And when Yami might have entered building that number for an exact similar emergency alert might have happened and we see Yami might have been thrown on that the way so the building might have been what might have happened with the name of the building. Yet with like Yami like powers like Yami might have still managed to like forcefully infiltrate back into like the building and basically eventually Yami might have managed to like find like that exact material individual and saying might have been what might have happened in the name of the building. So like that individual might be uh, on his own report might have chosen to that for him to be asleep for like the majority of the day might be like exactly the case because like he might be having like a driving backstory where like he might have lost his like family when he was young. Might have been what might have happened to him at the train. So like he might have at that point like rejected the reality of like the loss of like family. And like that way he might have chosen to like live his remaining life in his dream or like the majority of the time. So might have been what might have happened to him at the train. So like it might have been when he wakes up like it might have been that material individual lack that he might be having like the unique magic powers to be able to like maybe see through walls might be like that with the belief and you know the brain so that it might be that individual lack whenever he wants to like see to like protect her home in like his own home like he most likely jumping up like the road and bringing it to like he might be always staying in like a single mode within like the black space, and whenever he wants to like see go through his like past memories and see like all the remaining uh, of his phone, like he might be just moving up, like using his magic to like jump and move up like the remaining room towards like right in front of like second room where like he will be saying definitely my pyramid, and through by most likely one might be to like seeing or like the what he might be seeing, so might be what he might be doing each and every single day. And like the whenever he wakes up for that short interval alone. Might have been that actually of that what might have been happening in that time. Might have been that case that we might put theory. Like that by what the story of the very first time like Yami might have set foot in this building that Yami might have gone through a lot of struggles to like eventually make it towards like the series individual, and only at that point Yami might have realized that like the account of the creation what might be that like this building belongs to that series individual, and basically and that's when like Yami might have probably asking if like Yami could use the building as like for the black space. And at that point, I'm notifying that the mysterious individual might have created under like the condition that like Yami never ever disturbed him or like tell any of the select crew members that he about him that about him existing. It's definitely my very important. So definitely it might be like for him to be left undisturbed might be like what that individual might be wanting for him to just be at peace with his like memory of the like family and his like house might be that the only thing that like that this individual might have desired to spend that time might be that it is definitely not okay. But so that Yami might have agreed to that, and like Yami might have happily told them that like he is like Yami's like first black wing so then might have been what might have happened. Definitely like the past definitely might be considering him person right now.